I love them, yeah.
Hola. Well, actually, that's not the right thing. Salam alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Prince Ali, handsome is
Fabulous
he, Ali
Ali
Ababa.
Ababa. Do, do,
That
do, do.
physique, how can I speak? Weak at my knees.
Damn.
All right,
Damn.
fans, fight
I
fans.
didn't know you were gonna go deep with it there.
Hey, listen, since I've been here in
Woo!
all my finery, look at this outfit, yeah? I have been getting complimented on how good looking I am all day, all evening, yeah?
As you
So much
should,
so,
okay?
Anthony Joshua stormed off in jealousy, yeah?
Oh.
He weren't getting no compliments. They were all going towards me. So, anyway, Rico,
Hola.
absolute pleasure. I'm sure if you've fight fans been following what's going on, today was the final press conference this evening here in Riyadh in the Kingdom Arena. What an arena! All I can say. I mean, they weren't kidding when they said they're pulling out all the stops to make this one hell of an event. So, yeah, did you catch the press conference?
I did. I did. And what an interesting press conference that was. Um, I think what we'll do, um, because obviously you're right there on the ground in Riyadh. What explain your kind of experiences from the first time you're going there? Ra, you do look amazing. You look like you're just about to save Sarah Connor and John Connor and stop an apocalypse. So for me, you look great, buddy. Okay, all right. Just want to just want to say that shit there. Okay, so the first fight obviously that we're going to be talking about from obviously the card, which will probably be the first fight on the night, which will probably be Junior Farr versus Sanchez. Tell me how is everything?
Yeah, it's good.
Big
I've
up
always said
Paloma.
those first two heavyweight fights are they're fillers. Let's be real. Um, both of them are lucky, Hergovich and Sanchez, to get this opportunity to be on such a platform. Because let's be real, they got no they got no real media clout in that sense.
Hmm.
So their big opportunity. They want to put on a statement. So yeah, Farr and Sanchez didn't have much to say. Got a feeling that's going to be sort of right at the beginning of the show. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think this is really all about Sanchez. I mean, insiders know how good Sanchez is as a boxer. The guy don't speak English. His fights aren't particularly exciting, so he's really been thrown a bone here. Um, yeah, you better impress his Prince Al Sheikh because yeah,
Tarki Alaifik.
okay. Me and Aisha can only do so much by distracting evil Minister Jafar. He's going to have to impress the prince if he wants to get some of that moolah. But yeah, so they didn't have much to say. Of course, Hergovich and Demori, that actually got quite interesting. Yeah, by the end of it, obviously Hergovich got riled up by Demori's comments. So people are people are scoffing at him, but you know what? Sometimes these guys who just come with a crash bang wallop approach, they could make for an interesting fight. Big up Paloma. Yes, you're saying I'm looking regal as I was telling Rico all night. I've been getting complimented on how great I look. So yeah, good that you're recognizing that as well. Keep those compliments coming, fans. I dressed up specially for the occasion, so I want them compliments. Paloma saying, can you see anybody freezing in front of the big lights? Yeah, I can, but none of the big stars. I think some of the guys who have got this as an opportunity and have never been on such a stage, yeah, absolutely can see some, maybe one or more of them freezing. Um, So yeah, we'll go into that. But yeah, that's how I saw things with those first two heavyweight fights. What about yourself? Did either of them get you excited for their fights, or are you going to do what my colleague Devinder, when we discussed it, he said when he needs to go and get his cup of tea, those are the fights he's going to wait for.
To be honest with you, Ra, I am actually interested in both of those fights. Sanchez for me, especially after the FA Juggle win, I have been interested in this very young, fresh Cuban man, like so many young, fresh Cuban men are. Pause. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Sorry. All right. Let me
That
start that
sounded a
again.
bit zesty. Next
That was
fight you
zesty as
do,
hell.
you
That
ask
was
whether you're zestier than Javante.
okay.
Stop
Okay.
picking on
That
people
that
like
that
Jules at IQ. Yeah.
that that um that was zestification. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna pull up skirt reverse, pull up there. Um. Okay. So like I was saying, um, I am interested in Frank Sanchez. I do believe that he could. Be somebody in the heavyweight division within the next 2 years. I think he lost a lot of momentum fighting FA Jagba, which is not good. Can't really remember the last time he's fought. Um, and if he did, big up Tony Ellis, Josh Kahinde, Saka, Paloma, big up everybody and the crew. And yeah, I'm interested in that fight. I was also interested in Phillips' exchange
Mhm.
what was it, Magmadori. Jesus Christ, his name is a madness. But yeah, I was really into it. What did he say? As they say, let's get down to business. Yes. Yeah, bro. He's one of those type of people that they're just funny for just no reason, because that was
Yeah.
hilarious, and that tune is also a banger as well. So you know um the Ajit Kabayel fight, I think those three fights kind of mesh into, I think there is levels in between each fight. We speak about Ajit Kabayel and Makhmadov. I really, 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 really think that Kabayel is going to get flattened, sent to Jupiter. Whichever deities are around the area at the time, they will collect his soul and take it to the afterlife. Yeah, I think that's the last time we'll see Caballero in the ring for a while. No hate, obviously, just an opinion.
Now let's be.
But yeah,
Listen, Rico. I saw you. I tuned into your show with Jules last night. Yeah.
yes, you did.
You didn't pick up on my point. Ajit, he's got the same tactic as Manuel Char. Hang around for as long as possible in the hope that one day one of the big names gives him the call. Yeah? But
Mhm.
it, I think the time's run out for him. I think his manager was offered this and they told him, look, that call's never going to come. We're going to have to take this. And here he is, gonna Saturday night, finally finding himself
He's
opposite
been
in the ring
He's
to
been
some
waiting for that
beast.
damn call for 3 or 4 years now. Okay, he's
Ah,
been waiting. When was the last time he fought Derek Chisora? Derek Chisora has fought a plethora of times since that man has fought. So if we're just looking at this linguistically right now, I think the division will probably be better without Ajit Kabayel being used as a sort of a prop piece for a fight to entice a fighter. I think we're done. I think we're done with all of that shit. Honestly, honestly, am I lying, Ra? If I am lying, strike me down, boxing gods. Guess what's not going to happen? Me getting struck down, because what I'm saying is the goddamn truth out here. Okay, thank you. Right.
yeah, indeed.
Let's obviously get some orange emojis going in the chat, guys. Please
Yeah,
do comment.
what happened to the orange shirt? You didn't take Lucy's comments to heart, did you?
No, no. Do you know what it is? I got Aaliyah on today because I've been watching a lot of conspiracy things on YouTube. So I felt, Aaliyah's probably my favorite R&B vixen out there, past or present. So, you know. Anyway,
Just looking at some
the
of
orange
the
shirt. Boom.
let's have a look at some of the
Go on,
comments.
Ron. Ikram.
So wait a sec. This is the most important comment. Paloma Music. To be fair, Lyndon Arthur rocked the road magnificently. Yes, he did, but there's one important difference between Lyndon and me.
Oh dear
I'm
God.
much better looking. Yeah. So there you go. So
I'm
just had to address
not gonna
that. But
lie.
no,
I think Joseph Parker. Not if we're talking just vibes right there. I think Joseph Parker he dealt with
actually,
that
yeah.
piece of drip
To be fair,
appropriately.
to be fair. Here you go. Josh is agreeing with you. Adjit is getting stopped in 3. You know what?
Josh is my guy.
I don't think it's as one-sided as people are saying because Mahmoudov, by the way, he's at this hotel, so I've got to be a bit careful about what I say because I might be bad mouthing the fighter, and they might be standing right behind me. But
I'll chin him. Okay,
Mahmoudov,
they won't touch you. Carry
he's
on.
all right. If you see a great big heavyweight boxer approaching me from behind, just warn me, yeah. But yeah, Mahmoudov,
Pause.
he's big, but he is crude. And Ajit Kabayel, he's got some boxing ability behind him. I think he might. Um, I think Ajit will try and be very defensive and try and pick up rounds. And I think maybe for a few rounds he might be successful in doing that. I do expect eventually Mahmoudov to just keep wading through him and eventually get to him. But I think for a few rounds, Ajit might look like he's giving him problems. So I think he could last more than 3 rounds. But like I said, he'll have to fight quite defensively. Josh
It's a very
also, I think he says Frank B. Farr could be a stink fest. Yeah, again, that's why most people who are saying if they're going to have to make a cup of tea or go and get their snacks for the night, that's the fight to do it in. So yeah, you know the big fight night, you're going to need those snacks because it's going to go on late. So
thank you, BNG.
Chris misses your thick orange
I'm gonna get it on
top.
next show that we do. Right, next show that we do because I think we can probably get one or two in before the year's end. I will
Right,
be definitely.
Reckons I look like a Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. Hey, listen, Chris, I'll take a compliment off anyone, but can some more of our female viewers get in the comments and tell me how great I look? You know, so I love you, Chris, in a brotherly way, big brother sort of way. But
I'm
yeah,
so dead. It's mad
get
zesty
those
this episode. I can't lie. All right, so
get
let's
those.
let me ask you, Ra. Obviously, what's sort of the feel over there? We'll talk about the fights individually, but I just want to kind of get like the when AJ came in, his whole and I think we should kind of get onto AJ first
Yeah,
because of the way that he's carried himself this whole build up to the fight, the press conference. He's not really giving anything away in terms of having an open workout. We've just seen clips and clips and clips here and there from the great world of the X app, aka Twitter,
mm,
aka Elon's playground. So it's not. We've he is different, and I don't like to nitpick AJ for how he approaches a fight, but this seems to me a little bit different because what I saw in that press conference, what you're obviously going to tell us, is that he looks like he wants to punch a hole through Otto.
yeah,
Okay, and the
yeah.
thing is, Otto is like the nicest guy ever, but he's just kind of somehow found a way to just be like, no, I'm just gonna beat you up. But
No,
obviously,
no, yeah,
Otto's been talking shit. Otto has had
yeah.
his fair share of shittery to be dumped on Joshua. He has said Joshua he's almost like Mufasa in the Lion King. He's almost looking at like AJ, like Simba, like, yo, bro, like what you need to discover deep within yourself. I'm thinking, damn, Otto, no,
You know
Otto,
what?
don't.
When it when it comes to AJ, all of these fans, critics, all trying to play amateur psychologists. I don't I don't think all of this stuff around him. I don't think it's affecting him anywhere near as much as people think. Um, I do. You're right. I do think he's different. I think he's probably fed up of the fact that, as he's alluded to, he's carried the division. He made the heavyweight division exciting again. He's brought more eyes to the sport, which has benefited everyone. All of his rivals tried messing him around for years. Um, and yeah, I think his attitude now is, screw all of you. I'm gonna fuck you all up now. Yeah, for trying to play games with me. Um, I don't buy this crap that some people have that he's scared of Wilder. Listen, every time Wilder speaks at these last two press conferences, AJ's looking at him intently, like, yeah, go on, what are you going to say about me?
They're
And then
just
we
looking
don't
at him
see
like
Wilder.
food.
Yeah, and I don't. We don't see Wilder then talk shit. He goes and talks shit from a safe distance. Yeah,
Hmm.
later the next day or whatever when he's talking to some journalist. Um, when they did the face-off with Valine, I thought AJ almost had this confident, smug smirk about him, like, yeah, you've had your little 15 minutes of fame off the back of my name, talking a bit of shit about me, but you wait till Saturday. That's the vibe I got from AJ. And he's probably annoyed with, even media guys like Dev, who's, talked a lot of shit about him, and
Dev is the
got
ultimate
himself a lot of
shit
viewers.
stirrer. Dev has been doing amazing work. Can we just give a little bit of a round of applause, please, for my guy Dev Sani? Because I'll tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, is that guy has literally gone from one level up two levels with the way that he's handled himself throughout this whole build up to the fight. Having these, and also AJ is unintentionally giving Dev more clout, and I'll explain why. Because these
Mm,
awkward interactions between him and Dev are going they're going viral. Everyone's speaking about them. Everyone's
yeah.
laughing about them. They're looking at Dev like now he's got his own identity within boxing. Um, because it wasn't you never really saw Dev like that. Do you know what I mean? You just
Mm.
saw him more, people throw around the words company man. But I say nay. I say opportunist, god damn it, because it takes a real opportunist to be able to spin something so eloquently the way that he's been doing over there. So big up to Mr. Dev Sani, man. 1,000,000%. One person that we need to go
Indeed.
into raw
Well,
is
before that,
obviously
I just want to give a big up to another Dev Johal, my colleague over at Punch Out Boxing, the man who got
big
me
up
into
Dave.
this night. So big up, Dave. Thanks for getting me in as ever. And look, not letting Punch Out Boxing down. Look at the outfit. Been getting complimented all night. People want to know, who is this guy? What channel does he work for? He's obviously someone really important. So hopefully, Punch Out Boxing should suddenly get a spate of subscribers from the Middle East. So look out for that, Dave. Carry on, Dick Rico.
My guy, if no one else is gonna love you, love yourself. Okay,
You
screaming
better
it to me
believe it.
right now. Yeah, big on my brother Ra over there, man. Great to see you, obviously, in these big events. Hopefully, I'll be joining you next year for the AJ Wilder one. But I digress. We got to talk about Jerome Miller. Okay, now,
Yeah.
he's been, uh, how do we say, very watered down on this episode of Riyadh of Day of Reckoning. Okay, he's been very watered down, um, and I say that with the glass half empty, because the empty
Mhm.
side is how he's trying to fill it with the abuse that he's sending to my guy Dimitri Salia. Dimitri, from what I can see, has done a brilliant job for Jarrell. Okay, let's be honest. He was popping more times than Candy. Okay, he was
Mhm.
popping more times than Corn. And Dimitri, every single time I've been interviewing Dimitri for like 2 years now, and every single time he speaks to me, he's always like, "Rico, you got to talk about my guy Jarrell.
Yeah.
Talk about my guy Jarrell." And I'm like, okay. So to see him say what he said and the way that he's treating him, in my opinion, is a bit outrageous. Right? I want to hear what you think and what was the
Yeah.
common consensus around our colleagues over there.
Utterly brutal. I'm not sure whether. I mean, none of us really addressed it afterwards. I guess it was just so awkward and cringe. But Yeah, you're right. It is brutal, and I tell you what, it's a story as old as boxing, where a fighter gets um, so much done for them by their coach, their manager, their promoter. There's almost this perception in boxing that the fighter is the one always exploited. I think it's a part of the mythology that goes back to like the 50s when it was mobsters just exploiting fighters who were fairly literate and didn't know what they were signing. Those days are gone. Generally, it's quite easy for fighters to get out of contracts and things which aren't serving them. And as you said, his promoter has done a tremendous job getting him back into the limelight when, by all rights, he should have been out for good. So yeah, that was very cruel. If you got a problem with your promoter, come on, do it in private, or at least have the decency to tell him, yeah, look, you know what, don't come to this press conference because really ain't happy to have you there. So stay in the background. But I somewhat suspect the fact that Dimitri went on stage and to have that said about him, was he sort of almost set up for it? Because I'm sure, I mean, you know Dimitri better than us. Would he have gone up on stage if he knew he was going to get shot on that way?
Actually, yes, he would. Do you know what? Because at the end of the day, the one thing that I really respect about him is that he is a man of his word
Hmm.
in terms of the service that he will give you. I'm not privy to the financials, so I don't really know that type of stuff. What I do know is that if you are employing that man, he
Yeah.
will do what his title says, and he will promote you.
Hmm.
Look at what he's done for Jarrell. Okay, look at the job that he did for Otto when he was still with him. It's just you know as Josh is saying, Franklin's had an issue, Miller's had an issue, he's had an issue. There are fighters that are having issues with him. However, um, every single time in the legality sense, he always comes out on top. So it can't. I don't know what I don't know. So I'm not going to comment on the financials per se, but I will say that in terms of a promoter, what they're supposed to do, and taking somebody
Hmm.
with not much of a fan base, keeping them relevant, and then and still getting them an opportunity of a lifetime. I think he does that. I think he's one of the best. I think he's one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, look,
That's doing it, and I
Josh
know
is
that
saying,
his stable is growing.
yeah, what Josh is saying,
So we
Franklin
can't
and Miller both have issues with him. Yeah, listen, fighters always have issues with their promoters. I mean, like I said, we don't know the inner workings, but
look
as
at
you pointed out,
Cameron. Look at Cameron right now with Eddie Hearn. There's trouble in paradise. Look at Frank Warren. Obviously, we can go through histories. Every single promoter has that type of thing. The only difference is that Dimmy isn't as big as an outfit as all of those
yeah,
promoters.
yeah,
So
indeed.
I think if he gives you a deal for something, and you take that deal, and then you might be more successful in the end product of it, and there's more money that was there than is actually agreed to in the deal, then you can't kind of go at the promoter like that if you're taking the deal, which is, I don't know if that's the case, but allegedly, or it may or may not be the case, but I think it's something similar. But as I said, I don't know. Hopefully, if I do manage to get him today, we can try and find out a little bit more about what is going on with said issues with Jarrell Miller.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's kind of go into Big Baby, and let's kind of go into my guy Daniel Dubois. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ra, tell me what you think, and then I'll tell you what I think
What about the fight, or about how they came across at the press conference?
about how my guy Daniel Dubois absolutely grew prutons overnight. Okay, maybe not prutons. He's always had balls, but maybe he might have had a bit of a ghostwriter there. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? Okay, he might have had somebody writing the rhymes for him. That's fine. Like I said,
Hey, listen,
Daniel,
you and I know that some of the best lyrics are written by people that will never appear on stage. So
never,
there's nothing wrong
never.
with that. Listen, I don't put too much stock in that. Yeah, look, Big Baby had a little dig at him. Look, we know Daniel isn't much of a talker. Um, so what? That don't help you in the ring. Um, so I don't read too much into how that goes. Miller's always going to come across as funnier and wittier in a press conference, but you got to remember, in the ring, Miller's still got some serious questions to answer. I mean, when has he ever fought a top level heavyweight? And more to the point, when has he ever been hit by a top level heavyweight? Whatever flaws Daniel might have, he is a top level puncher. And Miller isn't some slickster like Usyk, who's really hard to hit. Yeah. So
Mhm.
sooner rather than later, I think in that fight, Daniel will hit Jarrell Miller, and that is when it's going to be interesting to see how does he hold up. Um, so yeah, let's see. Not
Well,
worried at all about that. I don't know why is Miller considered such a good underdog. Is it based on anything he's done, or is it just the physical traits because he's such a huge man and so confident?
he's
I don't think
320
he's.
pounds, right? That guy is
Yeah.
getting literally getting Daniel, keys to victory, jab, slight movement, and I do mean slight because let's face it, he's not exactly going to be giving two steps at a time.
Hmm.
Obviously, the ring, the outer ring is his friend. Come inside, come in and out of the pocket, which I think he will do at will, by the way, because is Big Baby even a counterpuncher like that? I've never seen him counterpunch like that.
No,
I have seen
he's
a
a high
high,
volume pressure fighter, and the
but where,
question is
when was the
how
volume
high
high?
volume. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
When was it
how high
high?
volume is he going to be without a little extra help? Because I actually would have thought guys that big being high volume, it goes against normal nature. Yeah. If your heart and lungs are having to lug around that much weight, in natural terms, you shouldn't be high volume. Yeah. So I think you know where I'm going with that. So
I
let's see.
think the
Will he
kryptonite
be
has
high
been
volume?
taken out of the meteorite. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
think the speed force has been taken out of the Flash. Okay, that's what I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say, and I don't believe that he will be having um high volume of punches like he used to be. I believe that Daniel stops him, and I think he could stop quite early, to be honest with you. If because Daniel, right? Daniel looks like $1 million. Okay, yeah, my guy looks, my guy looks great out here. Okay, my guy looks
Mm-hmm.
sensational. So Miller, 320 pounds. He's not a Bacoli. Bacoli versus Daniel. I'm not gonna lie, I would be breaking a sweat because
Mm-hmm.
Bacoli is normalized at such a big weight and he has such a high output. Whereas Miller, watching that Lucas Brown fight, I mean, it was as if someone just turned the volume all the way down, bro. Okay, it was
Mm-hmm.
the volume was down. But yeah, that's my opinion. I do believe that Daniel will stop him. Interesting stuff from Deontay Wilder now. With Wilder, it was a bit. He's too nice when he sees AJ. He's too nice when he
Who's
sees
that?
him. Deontay Wilder. Wilder is just way too goddamn nice when he sees AJ. And I bet you right now he's on a channel or he's somewhere or what have you. And he's basically saying all these, they all ran from me. They all ran. They all ran from me. So it's just you kind of know his pattern now. You know, he did kind of come out yesterday, I believe, when he was having the workout, and he was, kind of saying, there's just too much. They put too much pressure on Anthony, and this, that, and the third. I think the fight's obviously not signed as Eddie said, but it's looking like it will be signed by the weekend. Shy, is obviously saying that you're looking a little bit wavy today. He's
So,
looking like he's about to save John Connor. Like he's going back in time to
sorry,
save John Connor.
Shy. Welcome. Always love to hear from a hot woman. Is wavy? Is that a compliment? I'm not down with the youth lingo. Can you translate for
Yeah,
me,
it means
Rico?
it
Go and
means
say
that
it.
you're looking good, bro. It means you're
Yeah.
looking
Can you?
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you not say it with that hesitation, like you didn't want to say that? Yeah. Can you
No,
say it
because
like
we've said it.
with
We've said it.
the
How many
sort of?
times do you need to hear it? How many times do you need to hear
I,
it? I haven't even had a haircut. I'm out here looking like I don't know, I'm just about to cross a Mexican border. This is how I'm looking. I'm out here with a puffy Alicia shirt, all Wolverined out, and with glasses. So yes, you're looking great. You happy
okay.
now? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, all right. It'll
Right.
do for the next couple of minutes. But yeah, Wilder. I don't get this. Like I said, there's so much emphasis on AJ's the mindset. Everyone's always going on about AJ's mindset ain't right. How good is Wilder's mindset? You know, the guy barely appears in public anymore. He just leaves Malik Scott to do all the interviews. And when he does, now he's gone from I want to put people in a body bag to being all Mr. Charming. And like I said, two press conferences in a row. When he starts speaking about AJ is eyeballing him intently. Yeah, intently. It's almost like is Deontay worried? Like, hey, I don't want to upset this guy. By the way, I can just see Dimitri's just over there. So
Tell him to
he
shout
betrayed
me. Say
he,
tell him to shout me.
he betrayed you to do an interview with someone else. Sorry to be the
Oh, is
one
he do
to
what?
break that to you.
Is he with who's he with? Is it Boxing Social?
Dude, when you get cheated on, you don't need to know who it's with.
Tell me
Yeah,
who
it's.
tell me who he is.
It don't matter, dude. Now that you know, you ain't the only one. You're gonna reassess your options. It
Yeah,
ain't it,
yeah.
it ain't gonna do you any good to know who the other man is. But anyway, Dimitri,
I take back
Rico's upset you're cheating on him with this other handsome guy.
tell him, listen.
Dimitri said he'll have enough for you when he's done with that hunk.
Better. Better out here. Nah, I love you, Dimitri. Love you. Hey. um okay, cool. Brilliant, bro. Um Now back to Wilder and him finding his new inner peaceful self.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting to say the least. Wilder has said that after having an out of body experience taking ayahuasca, he's come back and completely reformed, which it looks like he has. He does look quite well. He is an athletic freak of nature, as we've said. I just think that Joseph and Andy Lee, you know, people say to me, of course they're going to come with a game plan, but it's until Joseph tastes that right hand and this or whatever. Yeah, but Wilder also has to establish that right hand, and Parker's not just going to be standing there static and waiting for it. If he does, then he knows exactly what's going to happen. Probably, I would give it probably two shots instead of one.
Hmm.
But we've seen that um we've seen that Wilder having that hand having that hand had multiple surgeries on it. It's just it's a tough one. It's a tough one for me. I've actually picked Parker to win on an upset. I hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong because I do want a very clean and unfiltered fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder to take place on March. However,
Hmm.
um, it's something I don't know. I don't know, but I just see something happening. Do you know what I mean, Rod? Like, I want to hear your thoughts on the whole thing.
Listen, two things. One, I say Deontay's punching power is being overrated.
Hmm.
However, overrated isn't the same as saying it's not any good. I'm saying it's overrated in the sense that there's still this idea that everyone who he hits is definitely going out. Well, Fury's been dropped by Journeyman and he got hit flush and he didn't go out.
Hmm.
So that's all I'm saying. Yeah, you know most guys at the top level, you don't want to get hit by Deontay. You'll probably go down, but it don't mean you'll be out for the count. So there's that for a start. On the other hand, as I've said when I was speaking to Trey and Chris the other day, his skill set is underrated because everyone who he's fought, they know the right hand's coming, and yet they still get hit by it. Well, why is that? What he's doing in the ring, he is working out how to set it up, and then they get hit with it without realizing. So I think that there is a lot more cleverness to Wilder than is necessarily evident to us, and not necessarily something he can articulate. Because a lot of what fighters are doing, it's in their subconscious. Yeah,
Hmm.
they don't necessarily know how they're doing it, especially guys who are extremely athletic. They can't necessarily articulate how they're doing it, but their subconscious knows how they're going to get themselves into position. There's that. The other thing is, I still think Parker's another guy being underrated because, yeah, he got stopped by the Juggernaut, but Wilder don't fight anything like the Juggernaut. Yeah, the
Hmm.
Juggernaut is just relentless pressure and just this huge imposing presence. Wilder don't fight like that. He has hardly any output, but he's waiting for the opportunity. Not just waiting for it, probably probing and working for the output. The opportunity to land that right hand. So I think it's really intriguing. I think both guys still have a lot more to their game than we've seen. My concern about Parker has always been that he's too nice, but then maybe he's a lot cleverer
A
in
lot
the
of people
ring,
have said
and
that.
then we go. If he's planning on
I,
outboxing Wilder, then it won't matter if he's too nice, because he's not going to go in there looking to have a shootout and trade with him. He's looking to be clever in there. So
mhm.
it could come down to which of their coaches give them the better fight plan. There'll probably be a lot more subtleties to this than us as laypersons can actually understand.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it is a really great matchup. I would have loved to have Zhang versus Wilder. I think all of the questions would have been answered in that fight. I
Hmm.
really, really rate Zhang. I highly rate Zhang. On a brilliant run so far.
Hmm.
I hope that we can get him on a card. I hope him and Hergovich, possibly if Hergovich wins, and everybody's tied up. I would love to see that fight as a co-main.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
right. So now, obviously, we will be going towards Mr. Otto Wallin. Um, what did you kind of think about Wallen in just his kind of demeanor? He's really is coming out like spiritual, bro. Like he's coming out here like I don't know, like that wise character in a movie. And he doesn't seem scared. Otto doesn't seem scared. He just seems so matter of factly the way that I've always seen him. What's kind of the vibe over there?
Yeah, he seems very confident. Like you said, I don't think Valin's got that sort of personality where I don't think he gets riled up, but nor does he get intimidated. I think he's got that Viking coldness about him. You know, just for him, it's a job. Um, so yeah, I do expect him to give AJ problems early on, but I do think AJ is going to get to him. One thing about Valin is because he's just a clever boxer, we've never really seen much venom from him in the ring. And I think to get at AJ, you do probably need a bit of venom. Um, not to say that AJ can be intimidated, as some people seem to think. Nah, I don't think AJ is intimidated. I know there's all this talk about he's hesitant and stuff. I think that's more just in his mind. He was still in a period of sort of adjusting his style. I
Mhm.
don't think it's because he's intimidated by an opponent as such. Um, but yeah, I think because Wallin doesn't really look to press the action, I don't think he'll be able to ever really, really get AJ out of the fight in the sense that I don't think he'll ever run away with things. I think he will give AJ problems and he'll pick up rounds. He might even be ahead at the time it ends, which I expect to be inside the distance. But nah, don't think there's going to be any intimidation at all there. I think Wallin looks perfectly confident, and he will be until he gets a rude awakening and finds out that AJ actually has more skill to his game than he realised when he catches up with him.
I just want to go back to a comment from Chris, if we can pull it up. Wilder always delivers. You can be perfect for the 12 rounds, but Wilder just needs 1 second. That's a lie because he had how many seconds with Fury, right? The very first fight, Fury came. The proof is in the pudding. Fury lost 8 stone, came back, fought two bums, and won that fight. So this like with you, it's different knocking out Eric Molina, Dominic Brazil, Stovern, um my gosh, who else? Yeah, but was it good night, Raw, when he dropped Fury? When that 1 second
No,
happened
it wasn't. Listen,
and
that
he
that
let
12th
off the right
round,
hand.
yeah, Wilder v Fury won. That 12th round was the closest he came to knocking Fury out. Some Wildettes, I should say it was a long count. You know, BS. We know it's not a 10-second count. It's a referee's 10 count. But anyway, that,
Mhm.
as you said, was coming off a 140-pound weight loss. After such an extreme weight loss, your punch resistance is going to be in the gutter. So if Wilder really was this, otherworldly puncher, landing in the 12th round after a fighter's had to go through an extreme weight cut, he should have been asleep for 3 minutes. Yeah. If he's really this super puncher that can put anyone unconscious, nah, you know, come on, that was the time. And he didn't. And remember, Fury's being dropped heavily by Cunningham, who's a light punching cruiserweight, and Pykic, who's a journeyman. So, and then, of course, in the third Fury fight, he landed flush on Fury,
Four
and
times. Was it
Fury
4 times or three
didn't.
times?
Yeah, I think it was 3 times. Fury never came
Three
close to
times.
getting knocked out. Yeah, he was wobbling, and he had to sort of get up and clinch, but he got through it. So,
They were just flash knockdowns, though. It was just like do you know what I mean? Like, obviously
no,
not
I think it was a
just
bit
like
more
that.
than a flash knockdown. I mean, Fury was hurt, but he was never close to getting knocked out. And this is
No, I
the
I just
guy
mean
who,
the quickness of the impact. Fury goes
yeah,
down, but Fury's the
yeah,
type of guy you'll hit him. He'll come. All he'll need is that 1 second or so just to kind of get his equilibrium back in his compass pointing north, and then he gets
mm,
back. And then obviously we saw what he did to Wilder. But the thing is, this is what I'm saying. When you're not knocking out Ortiz's and Eric Molinas and all these other type of guys, it's different. It's very, very different.
yeah,
Joseph Parker is a world level heavyweight, right?
mm,
He will be the best person on Luis Ortiz on
on
Deontay
Wilder's
Wilder's
record.
resume,
Yeah, I would
bar
concur
none.
with that
Easily,
because,
easily.
you know, me and Jules we had a bit of an exchange on Twitter, and he agreed with me on this that if you look at Wilder's championship record, because
Hmm.
we can discount a prospect knocking over 20 journeymen. Yeah, loads of prospects do that. If you look at his championship record, apart from Spilker, who actually was knocked unconscious, well, actually none of them. What happened was most of them were dropped heavily. They got up, and then the follow-on flurry dropped them again, and then the referee waves it off. So, and most of them were either very aged, like Ortiz or Washington. They were guys who had already had a previous track record of getting knocked out. Dimitri, Rico, this is yeah, we're just doing a live.
Yo,
Dimitri, he was heartbroken to know you cheated on him. But hey, listen, it happens to the best of us. You know, it don't matter how good looking you are. If your game ain't on point, you'll get cheated on. It's okay. Yeah. Um, we'll just wrap up and then Rico will go live here. Yeah. He
yeah,
he wants to beg for forgiveness.
as he
So,
should.
but yeah, listen, Parker's in at a great shot. I think he's still only 29 or 30, which in the modern era is young for a heavyweight. Wilder's nearly 40 and just coming off a couple of bad beatings. How much timing after that amount of brain damage do you have at 40 to land that right hand? So I think it's close to a 50-50. I don't think it'd be a big shock at all if Parker won this. So yeah, that's how I see that. And yeah, Dimitri is sitting opposite me, so I'm sure he won't mind me saying that I think AJ is gonna knock Valine out. But Dimitri, AJ's my local boy, so gotta stick gotta stick up for my boy.
Wicked, 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 wicked. All right. What we'll do is any kind of final thoughts in regards to the spectacular show that we're gonna get. I think we're gonna have the weigh-in tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna get the weigh-in tomorrow.
Yeah, weigh-ins tomorrow. I'm going to be going to that. I will be trying to get some more content between now and then. I'm on holiday, so I don't need to go to bed early. So, yeah, look out for that. I will try and get you guys, get you some more content with the fighters. Difficult getting hold of them today. I guess just days away from the fight. It's the last time fighters want to talk. But as I spoke to Ade earlier, you know,
Yeah,
when you're getting paid this much money, as the Saudis are, I thought they can give us a bit of time. But
yeah, they
that's
they don't give a damn.
yeah,
They do not care, especially and it's not right. Especially when you guys flying over there and stuff. It they should be entertaining you. They definitely should be entertaining you in terms of giving you at least a little bit of their time. Do you know what I mean? It's That's the only thing that I would say. That's the only thing that I would say.
Bukayo Saka. Let's
But
just go to some of the comments before we wrap up. Where is
mhm.
Aisha? Aisha, she took the opportunity to visit Mecca and perform a pilgrimage. So she'll be back tomorrow to see
Damn,
AJ in his underwear. Hey, listen, you can go and do some religious penance, but the sight of AJ makes girls still wanna. Yeah, yeah. What time's the main event
just
will
had it.
start? My understanding is 11 p.m. UK time. So we're going to be up all night over here. So yeah, I'm going to need a bit of a lie-in tomorrow.
Just messing
What else we got?
now. Um, Dubois, I want to handle business and show his hunger. Don Charles looks like a good influence. I've said that. Even from like the Usyk fight, I think Don kind of has him in this. I don't know. I think he needs more confidence for the style that he's trying to implement, Daniel. He's coming forward, just that kind of Terminator-esque style. He is an elite puncher. We can definitely say that he is an elite puncher. He just I think that now, having fought with Don already and having had some time with him in the training camp, I think I think we're going to see that his style properly impose itself in this fight against Miller. Don't forget, Miller is a 320-pound punching bag right now. Like it's true. It's true. Okay. I am backing Daniel to absolutely do a job on him. Okay. Dimmy, I know you can hear me.
Incidentally, I just saw Big Baby walk past. So I might try and have a few words with him in a moment.
Yeah, tell him the day of reckoning is coming, my guy. Okay, tell him Triple D, he's nuts are gonna take him out, bro.
Reckon Don Charles. All right. Okay, Rico. Listen, we've gone just under an hour. Let's call it a night there. Like I said, I've got a few more admirers that want to compliment me on my outfit. You know, I'm
Damn,
getting
Rod's trying to
Saudi
find a couple of
princesses.
wives over there.
Yeah, Saudi princesses. They're hitting me up on Instagram now and asking me to come meet the family. So yeah, listen, the Ali Abab, his disguise has worked yet again. So
Just make sure that contract is right, Rod. Okay, make sure the contract is right. If you need negotiations, I'll do that.
you better believe it. All right, fight fans. Thanks for
Wicked. Thank
joining
you
us
guys so
tonight,
much.
Rico. Dimitri's waiting for you. So we'll talk
Ready.
to you guys again soon.
All right, big up, my guy.
Good night, all.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flips me a bag,